Alright guys, MarkBoy316 here with another video. This is gonna be my Monday Night Raw for May 11, 2026 from Knoxville, Tennessee review. We opened the show with Roman Reigns arriving, and he asks Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is ready to fire Jacob Fatu, and Roman says no. He's gonna have an acknowledgement ceremony. He wants Jacob to acknowledge him, and he says, "Where's my title?" And they got the title back from Jacob Fatu. He gives it back to Adam Pearce gives it back to Roman Reigns. So that's pretty cool. But that's what happened in the opening, I guess, segment you call it. Then we have Division coming to the ring. They got a promo on Seth Rollins and the Braun Breaker match, and Braun Breaker beating Seth Rollins at Backlash. By the way, Backlash was a great pay-per-view. I really enjoyed it. The match times were a lot longer than WrestleMania, and it was a great pay-per-view. But yeah, they have a six-man tag division: Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Braun Breaker. They talk about Seth Rollins, how Braun Breaker beat him at Backlash. They're never gonna mention Seth Rollins again because it's beneath them. So they're in the six-man tag against Joe Hendry and the Street Profits, and it was an okay six-man tag, nothing fancy. But Seth Rollins interferes in the match while the referee's distracted, and cost Theory and Logan and Braun Breaker the match. And Street Profits rolled them up for the win. It was a okay match. So this makes the Street Profits #1 contenders for the tag titles. They're getting their rematch at Saturday night. They're getting a match against the tag team champs at Saturday Night Main Event. So we'll see if they can win it there. Actually put the belts on the actual tag team would be great instead of having the Division hold it. So put it on the actual tag team. Then we have the next match. Penta comes out. The next segment, Penta comes out with cuts a promo. Ethan Page comes out, says he pinned him last week on Raw. He deserves a title shot. Penta's ready to fight now, but that's set up for Saturday Night Main Event also, so that should be a great match at Saturday Night Main Event. Then Rusev comes out, and then Javon Evans comes out, and the match happens between Rusev and Javon. Good match here. Rusev hard hitting, obviously, catches Javon Evans with a kind of Uranagi, as he called him in midair. Plants him right there. Big much kick by Rusev. Gets a near fall. Javon goes for a dive, and Rusev counters with a big forearm to the face. Then eventually, at the beginning of the match, though, it looks like Javon was going to win. Hits Rusev quick with two big knees, gets a near fall. But the match keeps going. Rusev is about to leave. Javon gets him back to the ring, but gets chucked into the stairs. Finally, Javon hits a dive over the top rope. Hits the OG cutter for the win, and a big win by Javon Evans, so that was cool. Then we got Brie and Paige come to the ring. They said they're here for Roxanne and Raquel, and they talked that they want a tag team title shot, and looks like it's gonna happen next week. And then they get beat down. They beat down, I should say, the tag team champions Paige and Brie. So yeah, that's gonna happen next week. Then we got Roman and Jimmy talking in the locker room about what's gonna happen when Jacob shows up. Then we got Io Sky versus Sal Ruka. Great match here, back and forth, counter for counter. Huge Spanish fly by Io. The bullet train in the corner is countered by Sal Ruka, with a kind of a double knees to the back of the head of Io in the corner. Finally, Io hits the bullet train, goes for the moonsault, gets countered with the knees up. So Ruka goes for the soul snatcher, but misses because Io saw it coming and counters into a crucifix pin. Pretty good women's match there. A clean win by Io Sky. Wow. Asuka, looks like Asuka could be done. Maybe semi-retired or retired. We're not quite sure, but she did say that the student has now surpassed the teacher, so she left. Then we see Jimmy and Jay in the parking lot again talking about what Roman Reigns is gonna do with Jacob Fatu. Street Profits are announced for a tag title shot at Saturday Night Main Event. We also gonna have we had the Oba Femi Open Challenge with Oba comes out, Adam Pearce comes out, says, "Oh, it's canceled because nobody wants to take him on." So Oba goes all the way to the back, gets Berto and Garza, and gets a 2-on-1 handicap match and beats the ever living crap out of him. Makes Oba Femi look strong, and Oba obviously gets the win. A match was set up during the night too, with Dominic defending the AAA Mega Championship against El Grande Americano. Great high flying match, great stuff. Before the match, Finn had taken out JD McDonough, so this was 1-on-1 until all the henchmen of the Grande Americanos came out and interfered. And finally, the original El Grande Americano looks like he's about to win with the ankle lock, but then the other El Grande comes in and interferes and cost him gets 619 by Dominic, hits the frog splash, and Dominic retains. Great match, probably the match of the night. Back and forth, some pretty cool spots, and a great AAA Mega title. Then we have the acknowledgement ceremony, which we have a big brawl happening. Jacob follows Jay follows Jacob all the way back to the ring, attacks him in gorilla position. Then Jimmy down the aisle gets attacked. Then Jacob just beats the ever-living crap out of Roman. Roman gets a few Superman punches in. Eventually gets put through the announce table with a huge power bomb by Jacob. And then we see the show go off the air with Jacob holding the belt. We think it's over, but Jacob runs and spears everybody. I think it was one of the Usos and Roman, I think, through the barricade. So, or security and Roman through the barricade. So pretty cool there. Hopefully it ends to like a Bloodline Rules match, or a kind of a I Quit match, but instead of saying I Quit, you have to say acknowledge me, or something like that. But I think it's going to be a Bloodline Rules, maybe a Clash at Italy, maybe Saturday Main Event. I don't think they do it that quick. But yeah, overall, pretty decent Monday Night Raw. Out of 10, I would probably give this a 7 out of 10. Nothing like fantastic, except for that. I'd say the women's match and the AAA Mega title was probably the two best matches. So there's only 4 matches on the card. Let's see here: 6-man tag, Javon and Rusev, Io and Sol Ruca, Oba Femi Open Challenge. So it was 5 matches, and Dominic and El Grande. So yeah, I'll go with 7 out of 10. So not a bad episode of Raw. I think Backlash was way better. Next week for the show, we get the women's tag titles, and the Oba Femi Open Challenge continues. And yeah, that was my review of Monday Night Raw. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.